All right, these are notes number 612. So these are the last ones we have before our test. So this is the end of the chapter. And we're still talking about simple interest. Today we're just going to talk about months instead of years. So we already know simple interest, I equals PRT. So this right here is where we're going to be dealing with the time. So the time, you do the number of months over 12 months. So do a fraction for that one. And don't forget interest, change that to a decimal when you're doing it. All right, so an account earns simple interest. Find the interest earned, then find the balance of the account. So we're going to do two things. So on this one right here, we're going to take the $1,200 and we're going to times it by 0.56 because that's the percent as a decimal. And then 27 months is 27 over 12. So if you're in class, you would have it calculated as fractions. Otherwise, you can change this to a decimal and go 27 divided by 12. So when we multiply all this out, we end up with $151.20. Then you have, that's part A, that is the interest earned. Part B says, what is the balance? So we're going to add to that the 1,200, which was the principal, and we end up with $1,351.20. So the interest is 151 bucks and 20 cents, and the balance $1,351.20. All right, let's turn the page. So they give us the I, 18. They give us the P, 200. We're looking for the R, and they give us the time, but it's 18 months, so 18 over 12. So when we go 200 times 18 over 12, that's going to give us 300 R equals 18. Then you're going to divide by 300, and you get a decimal, 0.06. So we then have to change that to a percent. So to change that to a percent, we times it by 100. So we end up with 6%. All right, try the next one. So I equals PRT. So we're going to plug that in. I is 60. The P, 750. R, 4% as a decimal, 0.04 T. Then we're going to multiply the 750 times the 0.04. That gives us 30 T equals 60. Then we divide both sides by 30. So we end up with 2 years. All right, we try the next one. The I, 825. The P, 2,500. And the rate, 0.055 times T. So we're looking for the number of years again. So on this one, we're going to multiply 2,500 times 0.055. So you get 137.5 T equals 825. Then we're going to divide by 137.5. And we end up with 6. So that is 6 years. All right, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's look at the next one. So Jack wants to buy a 2019 Corvette Grand Sport. The cost is 65,900. So we want to find out the price he's going to pay. So that's a pretty expensive car, but that's what he wants. So the interest rate is only 5%, and he's going to finance it for 84 months. So let's see how this is. So the interest, take the 65,900 times 0.05 times 84 over 12, and we end up with $23,065. That's the interest. Now, let's figure out how much he's going to pay for the car then. So if you take the 65,900 plus the 23,065, when we add that up, that car is going to cost him $88,965. So interest, that's why if you're going to finance a car, the lower months, then the cheaper you'll pay for interest. The car price won't change, so the payments will be bigger. But if you can get it quicker, so that right there was 7 years they financed it. All right, let's look at a house. Okay, Gabby wants to buy a house for her, and we don't know who she's going to ask, who's going to be married to, but her and her husband. So she found this beautiful house where she wants to raise her family. She's not sure about doing a 15-year loan or a 30-year loan. So she's got to figure out, does she want to do 15 years or 30 years? Because remember, you're paying interest for an extra 15 years if you're going 30. So let's look at this one right here. So she got the interest rate of 5.4%. So let's see what it would be for 15 years. So if we take the 501,490 times 0.054 times 15 years, the interest alone is $406,206.90. So that's kind of a lot for just interest on that. But, if you don't have cash to buy the house, it may cost you. Now let's see what the interest would be for 30 years. So you're still multiplying the same things, but instead of 15 years, you're going to do 30 years. Now, a lot of times the interest rate's lower if you do 15 years and it's higher if you do 30. But we're just doing the same. So, wow, that interest is $812,413.80. So, if you can do it in 15 years, better deal because you're paying less interest. Now, don't forget, you'd still have to pay for the $501,000 for the house. So it's going to be almost $1 million house by the time you finish paying for it. All right. So go ahead and get started on your homework. Good luck. Have a great day.